We are so excited to share with you today the unboxing of the 300th anniversary commemorative book, Bellingham Now and Then, that the library received a grant from the Mass Board of Library Commissioners, funded by the Institute of Museum and Library Services to write. First of all, I'd like to give our apologies if we unintentionally omitted any business, family, or individual in the publication of this book. I am Bernadette Revar, the Bellingham Library Director. With me today, appropriately socially distanced, you can't see them in the camera I think right now, our reference librarian Cecily Christensen, personal historian Marjorie Turner Holman, and Bellingham Bulletin publisher Pam Johnson. Our collaboration co-authoring this book was for me, and I think I can speak for all of us, a very rewarding experience. We have learned so much about Bellingham, the place I've called home since 1992. My co-authors have lived in Bellingham and its neighboring towns a lot longer than me. For me personally, the research we did on this book, reviewing town annual reports back to the 1960s, led to a desire to be more involved. This spring, I was appointed to the Bellingham Historical Commission, and I look forward to serving the town in another role, helping to preserve and share the town history. So let's open the box, take a look at the book, and then we'll hear from my co-authors about their experiences on the collaboration. Can I have a drum roll, please? This is so exciting. Here we go. And here it is. Bellingham Now and Then, celebrating the 300th anniversary of Bellingham. It's a 157-page book, color photographs, and lots of really good information, fun. We hope you enjoy it. So now I'm going to give my co-authors a chance to speak. So Marjorie, why don't you step into the spotlight and give us your take on it.
We are so excited, and that's part of my keeping my mask. It has been so hard work getting this finished. We didn't plan a pandemic when we were planning this book, but we are so excited that it's done. The book is now available. I look at our community differently from having done the work of this book. I know where the one-room schoolhouses are. I see the schools differently. I remember all the different people that I've talked to their stories are in this book. It has been a privilege and a joy, and I'm really, really excited for us to be able to see this story, this book, put it in your hands safely, physically, socially distanced as well. God bless us all, right? And I will put that on next for Cecily Christensen.
Thank you, Marjorie. I'm very excited to see this book. This has been about 2 years worth of work. I want to say that it's been a real pleasure to work with this committee. A lot of the work that I did had to do with going through all the annual reports since the 1960s to do the chapter on the growth and development of the town, which is in chapter 3. And it's amazing to me, even as the reference librarian and working with Bellingham history so much, I learned a great deal about the growth and development, industrial, all the new buildings that were built, the population growth. There's just so much in chapter 3, it's amazing. The other section I worked on was what we call in memoriam, and these are the elected officials and town employees who passed away since 1968, so that's towards the back of the book. If we left anybody out, we apologize. I just went through all the annual reports to get the names. So again, it's been great working with this committee, and I'm very excited about this book. And now I'll turn it over to Pam Johnson.
Hi, so I'm Pam Johnson, publisher of the Bellingham Bulletin, and I moved to Bellingham in 1990, and I've seen so many changes in this town since then, and it's been emphasized even more by talking to all the people that I talked to in doing this book. I thought that it was remarkable that when I moved to the town, there were no traffic lights, and my house didn't even have a lock on the back door. But after talking to some of the longtime families where the roads weren't paved, and I found there was a lot more to the story than even the segment of it that I knew. And one of the things we had discussed about the book was not to repeat information that was already in existing history books. So we tried to pick up from where those left off. And one of the things that I did was get in touch with and put the word out for long-time businesses, multi-generational businesses and families to get in touch with us so that we could spotlight them in the book. And that has been really interesting. I learned things about the businesses and the families that I never would have known if I didn't work on this book. And so the product of these three ladies and myself is a lot of information, a lot of photographs, a great deal of information that then needed to be formatted and put into a readable, attractive package. And that was also my job, and this is the net result of it. And so, I think there's something in here for everybody. We tried to cover all the bases, information-wise, but also there's some interesting things that people, I guarantee, don't know about, your average Bellingham citizen doesn't know about. So I hope everyone enjoys it. Thanks.
So I have a little more information about those of you who have pre-ordered and how to get your copy. So we have been taking pre-orders for the book since the beginning of the year. Anyone who ordered a book online before March, your books are here, they're in this box, and you'll hear from us over the next week or so. Those of you who indicated you would pick books up here at the library, unfortunately that won't be possible, so we're working on a plan to do no contact drop-off at your homes. If you don't live in Bellingham, we'll be mailing the books to you. Anyone who ordered at the library in March and you paid by cash or check, those books are in our second order, which has been placed but has not been received yet. So as soon as that's received, you'll hear from us and we'll get in touch with you and get those books to you also. And last but not least, I can hear all of you saying, how can I get my hands on one of those? There are two ways. You can order one online at the Friends of the Library website, which is www.bellfol.org. They're $19.95. If you do want them shipped to you, it's $3 extra for shipping. But if you're in Bella, if you're local, don't pay for the shipping, we'll get them to you. Or mail a check for $19.95 payable to the Friends of the Bellingham Library and mail it to us here at 100 Blackstone Street, Bellingham, Mass. 02019. Indicate it's for the 300th book, and you'll be included in our next order, which most likely will be placed at the end of May for June or July delivery. We hope you share our excitement about this, and we invite you to share this video with your friends and family so they can get their copies too. Thank you, and we're so excited. Thank you to the committee. It was a great collaboration, and we couldn't have done it without all of us. I think it was really a good committee, so thank you so much.